Good afternoon. It is Friday the 26th of February 2021, and I do believe, oh good grief, I do believe my page is doing weird things at me. I'm sorry. I think today is my 49th Friday afternoon live, which is pretty remarkable. Okay, I'm seeing a whole lot of strange and wonderful new things on my screen that I never saw before. Okay, but it does include, I've got iBulb. I've got an icon. Oh, and 2 viewers, it says. What I don't have is a place for me to see. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to be, hey Regina, good to see you. I will be the right way up. Wisdom of the Garden Path cards, looking at what is around us for the month of March, because the year is marching on, goodness knows. It is coming very quickly at us. So I'm on the job with that, sort of, kind of, almost. All right, so I'm shuffling. It has happened. I was very late getting on today. I do apologize. However, okay, I'm showing that there are 2 people here. So whoever is number 2, whoever is not Regina, if you would like a card, let me know in the comments, because I will not draw for you unless you give me direct permission. Okay, so Regina, the cards say that in March, an energy that is supporting you nice. You have number 8, which is flow, which is just that wonderful state where if you get out of your own way, good things will flow to you and through you. And hey Eileen, good to see you. That lovely looping that is the 8 that we use in other places. We lay it down to represent infinity. This the infinite energy. There's no end to an 8. You just, it flows in and it flows out and it flows back and it flows forth. And you are Regina's life in March will have lots of flow. It's always going to be good flow. This, I do believe, Abraham Hicks says we live in a universe that is made of well-being, and either we allow it or we don't. And I think if you allow, there is lots of well-being coming for you in March, and that's really rather a lovely thought. Okay, and it's the orange is the fruiting, the code for fruiting. The things that are coming to you now are going to be a result of things that have happened in the past, because we don't get to the full seed head of the fountain grass until after it has done its growing and its leafing and its flowering and its processing, and then we get the fruit at the end of it. And the flow comes because of what came before. So you are poised to be reaping the benefits of all sorts of things that you've done in the past, and things you've thought of, and things you've planned and considered and fantasized about. It's all there. It's all there, ready to flow to you. All right, Eileen, and I see Barbara. Hello, Barbara. Okay, we are. I love this. I really, really enjoy this. I see Ireland, I see Chicago, and I see Nova Scotia. And I'm in Ottawa. I love technology. You are welcome, Regina. Yes, it is. It's a lovely card, and that's a nice energy to take into March with you. Okay, so for Eileen, Eileen going into March, the message is this is nice. Number 12, the sumac. The caption is story, which can go off in 1,000 different directions. The story of this sumac is all told in this picture. You can see the green and the yellow and the orange and the brown and the red, and every color that it has been through the season is still there, because everything we have been in our lives is still with us. And the story that we tell ourselves is the filter through which we see our experience. So there's a call, of course, to find the good in things, to be in the gratitude, to enjoy the benefits of what went before. The 1 and the 2, 1 is for you as an individual, 2 is the vibration of relationship, and they're adding up to the 3, which is the point of inspiration. So lots and lots of 12s in folklore and literature and religion and all sorts of places. 12 is a really, really important number. And so the story that you tell about yourself and your relationships taps into the reality that so many of the people you meet are people with whom you have sacred contracts. There is inspiration that has led you into their lives and caused them to cross your path. And being in the story of intention is maybe a part of what that comes out to, that the things that are happening are not random. They're because you have intended them to on a soul level, and that's rather lovely. Sumac puts out berries in the autumn that can be processed and diluted and made into ink that's suitable for painting on your skin or writing on the wall. Or the settlers were able to use it as an ink. So it applies, oh my goodness, it applies to story on many levels. Barbara, you've caused, the energy for you is avalanche of cards all over. That's so unusual. You would think by week 49 I would know how to shuffle, wouldn't you? All right, there are too many to consider them to have been claiming you, so I'm going to put them back and shuffle again. All right. So I've got a backwards one though, so I'm going to assume that's it, because they were all correct when I put them back. One has turned. Okay, interesting. It's number 32, and it's exploring, and it's the yellow, which is about new growth. You know, in the springtime when the leaves aren't quite here yet, and they're this lovely yellow glow to the trees with all the tiny buds on. So the yellow is that time of growth that is so important and precedes everything else. And in this case, we're looking at the bramble. I tell this story every time I pull this card, but this was a driveway, a packed earth driveway, and then oh, not just you, Barbara. It happens. Packed earth driveway, car got parked. The brambles came up and over and out of the ditch and started spreading themselves across and digging away and going to where no bramble had ever been before. Yes, indeed, Eileen. Yes, I hear what you're saying there, and that's right. That's true. That's good. March is going to be awesome for you, Eileen. I do believe that. The exploring, for a bramble to explore into a packed earth driveway, it needed to sort of inch forward and then put down a sucker into the hard earth and break it up so that it could then grow forward and put down another one and break it up. So it's not so much about galloping forward into new places, not about being impulsive in any way, but it is about stepping into where no bramble has been before. So we have 3, which is the point of inspiration. It is the creativity. It is the originality coming through, flowing from the cosmos through you. We have the 2 for relationships. So it is as you are inspired into meetings, into situations where you are having an impact on other people, and you are open to other people having an impact on you and your life and your path and your direction. And they add together to a 5, which is aligned with the number for the year. 2021 is a 5-year. And it's the number of growth and progress and adapting to new conditions, just as indeed these brambles are. Adjusting behavior to circumstance, which of course, if you're in the world today, you're adapting to new ways of being, and that's the energy that's there. But it's not in any way stagnant. It's not about, I will come to here and then I will just grow. It is about, I will come here and I will grow, and I will go there and I will grow, and I will go here and I will grow, and just doing a survey of all the possibilities that there are. Rather a lovely energy. I like that. I think you're in good shape, Barb. I do. And I hope that all is well with you. And your weather, you've been having weather in Nova Scotia, haven't you? I guess everybody has weather at some level, but okay. So today I posted early, and almost nobody is here. I mean, I love that you're here who's here. The last couple of weeks it was really last minute. It was 1:45 when I put out the notice, and people did show up. So it's so interesting. I don't understand how Facebook works. That's what it comes down to. I really genuinely do not know. You have been having weather. I hope you're safe and warm, Barbara. That's not fun being in winter weather in February if you don't have all your needs neatly met. So I'm going to, oh, it's just sent me a notice to tell me that I'm live now. That's good. I hope it sent it to other people, because I've had a few people tell me that they get the notice, Joe Leith was live 2 hours ago, which is not very helpful. Okay, I'm glad you're good, Barbara. I think people have either fallen off or been kicked off, or all right. Well, since I think it's just you and me, Barb, I've got a really fun deck here. That is, oops. It's called, oh dear. It is called Words of Wisdom for Women Who Do Too Much. Doesn't that sound good? Anne Wilson Schaaf. So I'm going to shuffle these and see. Irsa! Hello, Irsa. I am very well, thank you. I'm just going to pull an affirmation for Barb, and then if you would like a card, you get the notice a couple hours late. That's so rude. So rude. All right. Okay, so for Barbara, as a woman who does too much, I know you do. Irsa, I have my garden path cards here to draw for a March energy, and I will draw for you if you wish. You're all buried down in there, Barb. Okay. Feeling alive. No, feeling awe. All right, I've seen this before and had trouble reading it. I think I may be getting old. It says, I have only to look around me to remember the feeling of awe I had as a child. And that really comes back to mindfulness and presence and being in the moment, because when we're in the moment is pretty darn amazing, and the bodies we sit in are pretty magical and miraculous, and that's a nice, it's a call to presence more than anything. I like that. All right, I'm glad I'm glad you like the pink, Irsa. Okay. I will. It's interesting. I get a lot of comments when I wear pink. I should maybe use it more. Okay. So for Irsa for March, I think you might have had this card before, Irsa. This is, whoops, let me see. Oh, that's nice. Number 14, the Queen Anne's Lace, which is about design, which is about planning and making lists and getting clear about where it is that you want to go. You've had this before, haven't you? So that you get yourself either make a vision board or make a what's the one, a destiny list, something list that some practitioners talk about and coach through. The number 14, the one is you, your central identity, that one, that seed, that spirit that has been forever and will be forevermore. The 4 is that practical, reliable, sensible energy that is really stable. And you had an exam. Okay. Well, I hope it went well. In March, you have an important exam for a job. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so the card says you have to be ready. Do the practical work. Make sure the resume is exactly as it should be, and make sure that you are presenting as so that you look like the person who already has that job and is doing that job well. Be in the design of the concept of the work and the company and whatever else, because they come together. The 1 and the 4, you and that practical work, come together as a 5, which is growth and progress and adapting to new conditions, and new conditions like a splendid new job would be a rather wonderful thing. So that works well. But the call is to take control of the preparation and the situation and your own presentation, because nobody else is going to do it for you. So you get to design it, and you can decide, right? It's your May birthday. Okay, 5 is really good energy. I have lots of 5s in my chart. Always on the move, always changing, always growing, always. And if I'm not, if my life gets all sedentary and stagnant, then I get really restless. The flip of a 5, if we're not living into the 5 and doing the growing and changing, we get restless. When we're in a relationship and it's not feeling very growing, we will start arguments just to have something different, right? Because boring is so boring. Whereas the 5 looks for novelty and change and new stuff all the time. It's a wonderful energy, wonderful energy. And this year is a 5, and if you're a 5 birthday, you're, yeah. So good card for you. Very good card for you. I like that. I do. I shall look forward to hearing about your job interview. Okay, is there anybody else? It's saying that 7 people have shared this already, which is wonderful, but I'm not seeing much in the way of evidence. You're so welcome, Irsa. You are. It is, yes, it completely makes sense to me. All right, so if nobody else is here, I'll do you a women who do too much wisdom as well, because why not? Otherwise I'll have to sit here and talk to myself. Okay, so this is for Irsa, and we are getting, they're very thick, these. I find them hard. They don't slide quite as well as the others. I guess it's all about what you're used to. Okay, I have, oh, compassion. Our ability to be compassionate and experience our humanness never leaves us. That's rather lovely, with flowers in the hand. So depending on the kind of company that you're interviewing with, if showing your compassion is going to enhance the experience, then maybe it's about that. There's also the compassion that you show yourself as you get ready. If you're anything like a lot of people, we sometimes kind of beat up on ourselves about our job history and our work and our whatever. And yeah, don't do that. Everything got you to where you are now, and where you are now is awesome, right? Love it. Love it, love it. So compassion for yourself and for others is never out of place. That is for sure. It's good you let me know. I like that. All right, so somebody else has come in. Do please speak up if you would like a card. What I will do, whether you speak up or not, okay, I'm going to make my next draw be the community card for people who are here and not speaking, also for people who are watching the video later on. And you might be watching on Facebook, in which case please like and follow this page. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel, and in that way my life will benefit enormously. I'm not quite sure how, but the more subscribers I have, the better, for sure. That's so the community card for everybody who is not able to be here for this live drawing. And we're talking about energies for March, what is around. Oh, okay. Oh, hello, Virgo. I don't recognize your name. Welcome. It's good to see you. Okay. Community card for March. Energy for March is around decision making. And this is rather lovely because this so fits what's going on. 2 is the number of community, of relationships, of being together with each other. 6 is the number of service, of accepting responsibility and doing duty. And they're adding up to an 8, which is that lovely flow where well-being can flow into our lives, where we can find the balance between all of the dichotomies that are around us, making decisions, choosing this way or that way, up or down, over or through, all of those things. These daisies, where I grew up, little wee daisies, we used to pull the white petals off. I'm sorry, we amputated the petals, and each one was supposed to make the decision between a yes or a no, or a I will or I won't, or he will or he won't. And so the daisy made the decision for us. I could also wax lyrical about oxen, but I'm not going to. Although we are now in the year of the ox, so the fact that it's an ox-eye daisy suggests that we're very much in tune. This community, gotta love it. All right, Virgo says yes. All right. So, energy for March for Virgo. Hmm. Mm. Okay, you got stuff going on, Virgo. This is nice. This is the mock orange in full bloom. I love those flowers. Absolutely gorgeous. Mock orange. It's pretending to be something that it's not. Looks like orange blossom, presents like orange blossom, absolutely will never ever produce oranges. So this card is about you analyzing situations as they present to you. It's a reminder that you know how to, that you are very good at knowing right from wrong, at knowing an email from a spam mail. The number 34, 3 is the number of inspiration, which is where your intuition and your knowing can be localized. 4 is that practical, sensible building energy. So when you have the inspiration that something isn't right, then okay, Barbara, see you again. Bye bye. When you just know that something isn't right, and so then you're being called on to do the practical thing, and whether that's looking for a rewrite on a document, or taking it for another opinion, or it's sometimes the practical thing is just to walk away and start over. Whatever it is, your inspiration and is requiring you to combine with the next sensible step, and they're adding up to the 7, which is the teacher, always the teacher. So you will learn from this, whatever situations are coming to you that need to be analyzed and parsed and figured out. And as you do that, you will also be teaching others how they can use their powers of analysis, how they can stop and listen to their inner knowing and be practical and act on that knowing without necessarily needing to take it up the hierarchy or whatever, and definitely not to be mindless in their next activity. So the green is the color of the flowering. This is stuff that's been with you, stuff that you have maybe dabbled in, as far as the ability to analyze and to see what you're seeing, and whether you're seeing it from a place of spirit. But you're coming now into a time when you can allow it to show. Right? Does that make sense? Be in full blossom. There's another card that is this same plant, but just in bud. And you've been there. You've done the little stuff where you have shown that you can figure it out. Now you're in a place where you can list this as an accomplishment on your CV, because you're good at it. You're good at it, and owning that and showing it and presenting it is a wonderful thing. All right. So Barbara has left us. I can't see. All right, there's still somebody lurking, which is fine. we've done, I didn't, what, okay, decisions was the community card. All right, so what else have we got? I thought of something while I was shuffling before that I was going to talk about. I don't know what it was. Heidi, how very good to see you. Yes, I certainly can. I'm working with my deck today, the Wisdom of the Garden Path. That's what I thought of while I was shuffling, but I still have decks available. It's coming up nearly a year since You are welcome, Virgo. You are very, very welcome. See you. I'll be here again next Friday if you're around. Card deck, www.joleith.com, on the Oracle Cards tab. Boom, you can buy them. You can have your very own if you would so choose. And of course, if you would like a full reading with them or with another deck, I do a wonderful 9-card reading in the number grid formation that is so powerful. It is really good. You can make an appointment and we can get together and do it on Skype or on Facebook video or whatever works for you. Awesome cards. I love these cards. It's almost a year since I've been doing lives and using them. All right, so Heidi, an energy that's with you for March. I can't believe it's going to be March so soon. I know February's short, but it was way short this year for me. I know it's not over yet. Okay, I had a fall. There are 3 cards. I don't think they mattered. This is the one that wanted to be drawn. This is for Heidi. For March, you have drawn the number 1, which is beginning. This is a daylily. I love the fact that last year's stuff is all still around. It hasn't gone anywhere. It has just fallen down because it's not in use anymore. But it's just lying there inert. And the new growth that is coming, the new beginning, is just like, excuse me, I'm going to be growing up through you and you don't matter. And I think that's a lovely kind of energy to bring to new beginnings. It's the number 1 is depending where it is in your chart, it has so many facets of the same meaning, right? It's about beginnings. There was nothing and then there was something. That's a 1. So it's about originality and it's about novelty and new growth and new things coming into the world. It's also, in terms of ourselves, how do we perceive the world? 1, we are at the beginning of every perception. We are the ones creating our own universe. So that 1 is that central identity, that core, which is Heidi, that energy that has been Heidi since the beginning of all time and will be forever. So this is a card, and it's of course in a time of growth, because it's a 1. It's becoming. There's a lot of becoming energy about it, and real determination as it grows through the debris of what has gone before, because what was before no longer matters. You're in a place. I don't know what you've got, if you've got something very specific that commences in March, or if this is simply about a new chapter in your own life and decisions that you're making. But that's really, really positive. And I feel as though the big awareness that you're being given is that it doesn't matter what happened before. The stuff from history is history. Just forge ahead, and yeah, that's lovely. I like that. Love a good day, Lily. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, that is good for you. All right, Heidi. I'm glad that makes sense. All right, anybody else lurking? Doesn't look like it. All right, so if nobody's here, I have been drawing second cards just with some ideas. The Ann Wilson Schaaf, Words of Wisdom for Women Who Do Too Much, which I do get some men come on Fridays, but not that many, so I have no intention to be sexist. It's just the way it goes. Maybe that deck can be retired soon with this deck. So for Heidi, the Words of Wisdom, the card wants, so the deck wants you to have the deck of very thick and awkward cards. Okay, we have asking for help. It says asking for help doesn't mean that we're weak or incompetent. It is usually indicative of an advanced state of wisdom. You see that? I don't know if you, I know some people screenshot. I don't remember if you're one of them. I don't think we've ever talked about it. But this is, that's really rather a nice, she looks, I can't quite read that. I don't know if I'm meant to read that. To my eye, that looks like a seed package. So the idea that she's planting a garden or something, and she is going to ask for help, of course, because it doesn't matter how many seeds we put in the ground. If the sun doesn't shine and the rain doesn't fall, then nothing's going to grow. Hello, Tanya. How good to see you. Don't have to apologize. You're here. It is good. It is lovely. It's been a very quiet-paced day with never a big lot of people here, but just people. It is lovely. Are you wanting a card, Tanya? I'm reading the energies for March from my Wisdom of the Garden Path deck, which I have been peddling wildly, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to mark. It needs an official launch, and I figure officially launching it about a year after I started, because this has been such a year, right? Such a year. So gonna have to do some kind of contest, some kind of special event, some kind of something. Still working on it. Okay. All right, so for March for Tanya, yes, please. I love this. You're going to, hey Heather, hi. This is so correct for Tanya. You're going to be graduating in March, aren't you? And moving into this wonderful place of a new you. Yes, we do need to catch up, and I'm waiting for you to graduate. I think that's what I'm doing. But if you have time before that, that would be cool. Self-awareness, the one which is you, that core that is Tanya and has been and will be forever. The zero, which is all that is, the whole cosmos, and we add them together, and then we get you with the entire cosmos within, adding up to that one that is you at the spiritual amazing level. You that is like the sun shining through the, it's called self-awareness. It is a wild rose with the sun actually on its way. Where? Yeah, this would have been in the afternoon. The sun in the just the right place to shine through. It was a gorgeous year of blooms that year. Just amazing. And that really fits with how I see you in March. Yeah, exactly. It is, isn't it? It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I love it. All right. So, Heather, you didn't say you would like a card. Tell me, Heather, tell me, do. We will. I have been, this last week or 10 days, every time I open my Facebook, there are posts from people in celebration of books, which I have felt a need to send to Heather. It has been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So, Tanya, if you have time for a catch up, let me know. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, of course I have time, Heather. Absolutely. That's what I come here for. I hope you're safe against the weather. Okay, I've been asking for the energies for March. This is lovely. You've got 7, which is the teacher. It's always the teacher. Beech nuts. Love beech nuts. They're very, I don't know if you can see these. They're a really, really odd shape. And when they ripen, they open themselves. And they do it, of course, not all on one day. They do it when they're ready to do it, which means that they're commercially not profitable. And as a result, beech nuts pretty much get left for, even not commercially, even domestically, they're just way too much work. So the wildlife gets to enjoy them. And they're very high in oil, which is incredibly beneficial for the kinds of rodents and squirrels and creatures that end up eating beech nuts. Why am I telling you this? Because if they eat too many, which of course mostly rodents are smart enough not to, if a human gets into them and gets too many, the oils can actually be toxic. You can overdose on beech nuts, which is not a healthy direction. A reminder that all things in moderation, right? Which is one of the ultimate teachings we need to take forward with ourselves. Waiting for the moment, though, that's, I think, where I was going. The Montessori method for education is about teachable moments. When the child asks the question, that's when they're able to understand the answer and incorporate it into their own worldview. So student-centered learning. And in a lot of ways, that's kind of how I see the beech nuts. You know, they will ripen when they ripen and not before. They can't be forced. They can't be pried open and be healthy. They can't, like, it's all about things happening in their correct time. And as we learn, then we're able to teach. And as we're learning, the very act of learning is teaching other people around us how to learn. So there's always the two sides to that coin, right? Your work has a lot of teaching in it. I think people are coming to you in search of particular knowledge and wisdom and insight. So the fact that you're able to direct them to it, it's a really good thing. We're back in the orange with the fruit, where you are now able to present the fruit of the learning that you have done in the past, and the skills that you have in the past, and you're very welcome. The everything that has gone into Heather in the last decades and your life so far is now able to you have been able to be the alchemist and share out the fruit of that, right? It comes through the filter of Heather and is a great and beneficial teaching for all of us. because it has come through that filter. It's very cool. I like that. Like that, like that. All right. So did Tanya leave already? It's very, very, it's been such a gentle afternoon. Sometimes there are so many people all rush in together. And yeah, today has just, and it's gone by really quickly. We're at 45 minutes already, 47 minutes. And it's been mild and calm and lovely. It is very nice. So I have, oops, I have things coming at me. Oh dear, I don't quite understand. All right. Okay. It is a very unusual. They've changed the, God, this is twice today I've thrown the cards on the floor. I'm not sure what that's about. Not quite all of them. I need my arms to be longer. Tanya, I see you talking. I'm almost there. Okay. Oh, poor darling. Hey, Jen. Yes. Oh, poor Savannah. I hope she's. Yeah, I don't care if it is negative. Just the stress of having to go for the test and then have to wait for it is a huge something you don't need. Very, very much so. Send her my love. Poor darling. Okay. Jen. Okay. I've been doing energies for March, and we know your March is going to be way better than your February. Oh, you got this last week. This is the same one, isn't it? Because we talked about it. This, I guess, Spirit wants you to look at this aspect of your life and this part of how you express yourself, and the fact that it may be time to step up into a role that you're really good at but don't necessarily embrace. That is so interesting. And yeah, I hope so. I assume that's, you're saying that March is going to be better. I absolutely 100% believe it is going to be better. And I believe Spirit wants you to pay attention to this card. You and I will talk. We absolutely will. Yeah. So interesting. Mugo pine. Those, did we talk about the fact that these shoots that come up, they come really big in the spring? And well, it might be about leadership in your life. It's not I don't think you're terribly passive about letting life happen to you, but maybe you're being asked to assert yourself more, take more direction, make decisions differently. These spikes that come up in the spring and then over the summer they sort of fatten out with the deep green needles, but they're so. This is very much about, the leader who holds up the candle and leads the way out of the darkness, brings light into darkness. The thought of you holding up the light so that people can follow you. It's a lovely image. I like that, and I can see where that would fit with your life. I find that fascinating that you got the same card 2 weeks in a row. Definitely, definitely. Spirit wishes you to look at that. For sure, for sure. So, did Tanya leave, go tend to her little one? That's poor weak child. It's so hard. It is amazing, and you know you do already in ways that you maybe don't give yourself credit for. You have touched some lives very importantly. As you are welcome. You and I and Ronnie need to get together very soon. You're still here, Tanya? Yay! Yes, so I'm just sitting here feeling badly for your daughter. Is she around? She needs a card, right? We draw one for Savannah. Nice. Okay, we draw one for Savannah. I'm missing a whole lot of your family, Tanya. It just occurred to me that usually I have like your mom and your sister and your cousin, your mother-in-law. Your mother-in-law actually liked my post this morning when I said I was going to be here. I think that's what she liked. Okay, for Savannah, this is nice. She got imagination. Number 5, which is growth and progress, and the number for this year as we adapt to a bunch of new stuff, and they're hiding. These leaves, I love the colors of them. For one thing, they're so outside the realm of how we usually look at leaves. They are, in their present moment, they're frozen. I don't know if you can tell that, but they're frosted right over. So their experience, in order to... Is Tammy here? I didn't see Tammy. Isn't it nice? Yes, absolutely. Their present experience is very much as frozen leaves. The only experience they can have in this moment is to use their imagination to remember when they used to be green and photosynthesizing and waving in the breeze and doing all the things that leaves like to do. Or they can project themselves forward to when, oh, that's cool, to when they're going to return to the soil and re-enter the cycle of being in the tree roots. She painted a picture with these colors yesterday. That's so cool. I like that. Using her imagination, I trust. So she's tuned into something. Very, very cool. I like that. All right. So it's 5-2. Oh, okay. Yes, Tammy, absolutely. Why am I not seeing her? That's so odd. Or is she here, as in here at your house? I don't know what here means anymore. How sad is that? Okay, so for Tammy, for March. For Tammy for March. Oh, okay. We have the white pine, which is potential. This is lovely too. What do you mean no? I don't know what that means, no. Okay, I don't see her on the live. That is so, so odd. I don't know why that would be. Um, so Tammy, yes, you are you are the white pine. Number 19, love number 19, because one is the energy that is Tammy. Oh, I just saw you. All right, yes, you are here. I'm I don't know quite what it is that yeah, well, we'll just never mind. Just got here. You said it. Hello. Delighted that you're here. I'm sorry that I'm a little bit strange today. It'll be fine. This is Tammy's card. One is Tammy, the core, the identity, the spirit, the soul, all of the things that are Tammy have been Tammy since the moment of creation and will be Tammy until the end of time. That amazing energy is represented by the one. The nine, I don't know about that, Jen. There's different kinds of strange. The nine is the place where everything is connected to everything else. It's that energy that shows that everything is together, that everything we do has an impact on others. It's sort of the spider web, right? Any point on that spider web is connected to any other. That's nine energy. And when we add those together, we get a 10. We just had the 10. Tanya had the 10. Because then we get the 1, which is your core identity, with the 0, which is the cosmos. It's all that is. It is everything. And we add those together and we have the 1 that is filled with all that is. So it's a very, very profound energy. No matter which direction you move in. Hey, Cookie. No matter which direction you move in, your center is always your center. Can you see that with these growths on the pine needles? Whichever direction you choose to go, and you have the potential to choose any of them, but your center is just your center. You don't have to apologize, Cookie. It's all right. Oh, I'm sorry. That happened last week, but a lot sooner. I don't know. It can't be about the number of people here, because today I've never had a big bunch all at the same time. It's so odd. Okay. So, Cookie. I'm doing energy for March. I'm really sorry that you missed that, Tammy. Really am. But when you rewatch, watch Tanya's as well, because similar message in part of it. A little bit of overlap. Okay, yes, thanks, Tanya. Cookie. Cookie, don't know what's going on with you, but it is time for you to pause, for you to be practical about the way that things are. 4 is that energy of reliability and practicality and the foundation that we build on, and it's all very solid and square. And for, this burr has the potential to grow any amount of burr plants, except that it is sitting on a snowbank, and there is absolutely nothing it can do until circumstances that it can't currently control have changed. When the snow melts and it can get to the wet ground, it can put out a root and it can put out a leaf, and it can start with the process of building and creating and growing a plant. But for right now, not a thing you can do. So being present with yourself, being aware that there's no change that you can make that is going to change the world. So just settling into relaxing, breathing, meditating, being present with what you can change. You can change your mood. You can change your you know, whether you sleep with your head in the east or your head in the west. You can change. There are little things that you can have control over, but ultimately you need circumstances to be different before you can go ahead with the growth that you have planned. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that right now you get to take a break, be with yourself. Nothing wrong with that. You are worth your own time. There is definite benefit to you just I know you've been doing some meditating, and I know that you're working as well. Sometimes carving out some really deliberate time for not having demands on you is really beneficial, and it lays the foundation for inspired thought to come through, for new understandings of how you want to grow when the growing starts. If you take the time now to just breathe and be with the knowledge that you are in no way to blame for the delay, you are just present with yourself. Yeah, I like that. Alrighty then. Oh, we've gone over the hour. Gosh, this was slow and gentle and lovely, and thank you everybody who was here, and thank you everybody who has watched the video. And I have somewhere to be, so I'm gonna go. So thank you everybody. Please stay home if you can. Stay safe if you have to go out. Stay 6 feet away from everyone. Oh, all right, was an excellent card, Tammy. Absolutely, yes. And we will, yes, Jen. I've got a Viriditas thing now, but after 4, so an hour from now, if you want to drop me a message, it will be good. Tanya, I do hope I'm going to see you soon in some way or another. You're welcome, Cookie. It was lovely to see you. Yeah, so everybody stay safe. I will be back here next Friday at 2 o'clock. And if in between time a spammer comes in and tries to tell you that they will give you an accurate reading, you of course are grown-ups and can choose, but I will, as soon as I notice, I will come in and get rid of them. And I apologize. I don't know what to do. I have blocked so many of them, and they just change their names and pop back up the next week, so I don't know what to do. Let it be, I guess. All right. Thank you, everybody. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Namaste.